Hello fellow potatoes! So today I'll bring you a very special deck recipe. It's an easy power up you can do to make your SD01 Dradeity deck a lot stronger. So what you need is actually only the start deck and this special demo deck given during the, is it called the Buddyfight Caravan? I'm not really sure what it's called, but you can check the opening of this demo deck on my friend's channel, Dragon King. He does that on his channel, and be sure to subscribe to him. He does a very nice Buddyfight content, and don't forget to subscribe to mine too. Okay, now let's see, because I didn't get the double rare character flag, I'll just go with the promo Dragon World flag from the demo deck, which looks really cool, featuring Yuga, Garga, and let's move on. For the buddy, I choose this Awakened Deity Gargantuan Dragon from the start deck because it has a nice foil pattern, and we don't have any other OG Gargantuan Dragon better than him at the moment. So here's a size 2 with a 724. You may use this card with all flags, a G-Evo, and a Penetrate. The G-Evo skill is limited only to the OG Gargantuan Dragon, so yep, let's just move on before I talk further about that part. Let's put them here, the flag and the buddy. And then let's move on to the monsters. I'll start with the size 2 monsters. I run 8 copies of the OG Gargantuan Dragon. The first one being the Buddy Awakened Deity Gargantuan Dragon I just talked about. It's a size 2, 724, Penetrate, and G-Evo. So what is G-Evo actually? At the end of the bell of this card, call up to one dragon monster from your hand on top of this card without paying its call cost. Okay, so after attacking, Gargantuan Dragon can change it to another Gargantuan Dragon to do another attack. That's basically what G-Evo is. And for this one, this is the Gargantuan Dragon, which comes from the start deck, a Pyeong Dragon Gargantuan Dragon. It's a size 2 with 734, a little bigger critical than the start deck one, but this one doesn't have any other skill except the G-Evo. So why do I run this many copies of OG Gargantuan Dragon? It's because only the OG one has G-Evo. So imagine if you have 3 of this Gargantuan Dragon in your hand. A little combo you can do is first you go with this Gargantuan Dragon, you attack, and at the end of the bell you use his G-Evo skill to G-Evo into a new Gargantuan Dragon. The new Gargantuan Dragon will now be able to do another attack, and at the end of his attack you can do another G-Evo calling another OG Gargantuan Dragon, which still also have the G-Evo ability. And at the end of all your OG Gargantuan Dragon, you change into another mode. So that's basically the combo people do with Gargantuan Dragon, and I think it's fairly a strong combo. So running 8 copies of OG ones is also a bad, no, it's never a bad thing to do. Moving on, we still have some more size 2 monsters. Okay, these are the evolution of Gargantuan Dragons we have right now. I run 8 copies. Let's see them one by one. The first one, Gargantuan Dragon Flash Mode. This one comes from the start deck. It's a size 2 with 1035. Its regular call cost is pay to gauge, but if you G-Evo, you don't need to pay the cost, right? When this card enters the field for this turn, it gets double attack. That's strong. Then, if it entered by G-Evo, you can stand a Deity Dragon Tribe item you have equipped. It also has Penetrate and Soldier. Okay, I'll tell you later why this standing a Deity Dragon Tribe item is a really good skill in this deck. And I'll tell you about that later. Moving on to another Gargantuan Dragon. we have the Assault mode. This one is also an offense Gargantuan Dragon, which comes from the demo deck. It's 936. Pay 3 gauge, put the top card of your deck into its soul. It's pretty expensive. And when this card enters the field, for this turn it gets critical +1, which means critical 4. And if it enters by then if it entered by G-Evo, it gets critical +1. So a total of 5 critical on this card. It also has a Soul Guard and Penetrate. That is a very good card, I think. A critical of 5 with Penetrate. Wow, so awesome. Moving on, this is the defense one we have right now. It's Gargantuan Dragon Recover mode. It's a 637. If you realize, his defense is slightly higher than the other Gargantuan Dragon. And when this card enters the field, you can gain 1 life. And if it entered by G-Evo, you gain 2 life. So if you G-Evo into him, you can gain 3 life easily. It also has Move and Soul Guard. So he can also protect you from being attacked by your opponent with his big defense. Put him here. That's the end of the size 2. Let's move on to the size 1s. The first one is this Degen Gardra. I think this card is a no-brainer. He's a size 1 with 311 and a double attack. Like, it's very nice to clean your opponent's board with small monsters like this, and then just swing big to your opponent's face using the Gargantuan Dragon and the item we have. So I ran 4 copies of this because yeah, his double attack can basically eliminate everything on the field except the stronger decks. Okay, and the next one we have is Fel Gradra. I think this is a typo, it should be Fel Gardra, I think. It's a size 1, 321. This one comes from the demo deck and actually pretty strong, this Black Baba Sheep. When this card enters the field, put the top card of your deck into your gauge, and his flavor text explain why he's in the deck. You can increase your gauge with me and use your impact. Exactly. Call him, increase your gauge. You can use it to go impact or equip items or whatever. He's just a really good card. But since we only got 3 from the demo deck, I'll just run 3 copies of him. The next one is a Mood Gardra. 312 with a size 1. When a monster in your opponent's field is destroyed, put the top card of your deck into your gauge and you gain 1 life. It also has the move ability. Okay, I'll tell you a combo with him later on too. But this is one of the very few advantage card you have in the deck right now. Gauge and 1 life, that's really nice. Okay, now let's move on to the spells. First, we have this super awesome Deity Green Dragon Shield. The Dragon World just keep going stronger and stronger. Okay, if you have played Buddyfight or watched them since the very first season, you know that the main protagonist always run the Green Dragon Shield. But this is no mere Green Dragon Shield, this is the Deity Green Dragon Shield, which increases your life by 3, not only 1. So, let's just read the skill. You may only cast this card during an attack on your opponent's turn. If you have no monster in the center and you have a Deity Dragon Tribe on your field, and then the current ability, nullify the attack and you gain 3 life. 3 lives. Okay? And the condition is slightly harder to accomplish compared to the OG Green Dragon Shield. This one only needs you to have no monster on the center, but you only gain 1 life. Oh yeah, by the way, Green Dragon Shield also activates on even if you only have item, because it doesn't specify you need to have the Deity Dragon Tribe monster, but only a Deity Dragon Tribe on your field. Even if later they put on a set spell, they can also do that. And then it's not a Dragon World deck with a lot of shields, right? So another 4 copies of Blue Dragon Shield. Green Dragon Shield increases your life, and Blue Dragon Shield increases your gauge. Okay, I think that's enough explanation. It nullifies your opponent's attack and gives you a nice advantage. Oh my god. The next card I'll be talking is probably the craziest card ever. I don't know, they put this strong card into the free demo deck, like so crazy. Dragod's Breath. You may only cast this card if you have a Dragod on your field. Basically, all Gargantuan Dragon is the Dragod. The condition is not very easy, but destroy all monsters on your opponent's field and deal 1 damage to your opponent for each card destroyed. No gauge cost, no life cost, no cost at all. Destroy your opponent's monsters and then you deal damage to them. And then if you have this card, you also gain lives and you gain easy 3 gauge for your impact. That's the combo I mentioned earlier. This card is just sick. Look at that. Be sure to find the demo deck in your nearest local card shop. Next, continuing on, there's also a spell from the demo deck, which is also pretty strong. Deity Dragon Tribe's Benkei. You may only cast this card if you have a Deity Dragon Tribe on your field. Put the top 2 cards of your deck into your gauge and 2 life. Just like that. An easy gauge, an easy life. An easy life. No, it's not an easy life. Moving on, we have the Fighting Factor. There's, whoops, camera down for whatever reason. And moving on, we have the Fighting Factor, which is a very nice, strong spell coming from the demo deck to put a Deity Dragon Tribe monster from the drop zone into your hand. Why is this card really good? It's because sometimes you need a certain evolution, Gargantuan Dragon evolution in your hand to win the game. And because this deck has no searcher right now, you can just salvage it from your drop zone. Maybe for example if they were sent to the drop zone from gauge or how, or if you're even if you have the evolution Gargantua but you don't have the OG Gargantua Dragon, you can salvage the OG one with this Fighting Factor. Yes, be sure to get your demo deck. Moving on, we have this one spell, Gargantua Lexicon. You may only cast this card if you have 4 life or less. Discard all your hand cards, put the top card of your deck into your gauge, and you can draw 3 cards. Okay, this deck actually is no, not this deck. This card is actually a buffed up version of the old Dragonic Grimoire, and I think it's still a really strong card. But since it's conditional, I think you should just run 1 copy of this card here. Okay, that's the end of the spells. We're gonna move on to the items. The Deity Dragon Sword, Gar's Sword. This is the card I've been talking about since Gargantuan Dragon Slash mode. It's a power of 5000, a critical of 2, equip cost pay 1 gauge, and if you have a Dragod on your field, this card gets critical plus 2. And see the flavor text, an incredible attack when paired with Gargantuan Dragon. Exactly, especially if you pair him with the Slash mode. Okay, I'll show you a combo you can do. If you have a Dragod monster on your field, this card gets a critical of 4. And then you swing for 2 damage with this Gargantuan Dragon. Oh, no, wrong. Okay, you swing for 4 damages with this sword. Then you attack with Gargantuan Dragon, you G-Evo into Slash mode, you restand the item. Okay, we've done 6 damage so far. We swing again with 4 critical, that's 10 damages. You swing with 3, and he has a double attack, so another 3. That's a total of 16 damages in 1 turn from a start deck, and a free demo deck. I think that's enough to explain just how strong these free decks are. The start deck is actually not free, but it's really worth buying for you Gargantuan Dragon lovers. So the next item we'll be talking about is Guard Saber, which comes from the start deck. Equip cost, pay 1 gauge. In this card, attack and destroy your opponent's monster or deal this damage to your opponent. If you have a Deity Dragon type monster on your field, draw a card. So it's a very nice thing to have in this deck, which has a very few advantage card, drawer card. So even if he has only a critical of 1, it's still a really good card because it can help you draw into the combo pieces you need it. And then finally you can change it to Guard Sword if you're ready to finish your opponents off. Okay, that's the item. Next we'll talk about the impact. First one, we'll be running Gargantuan Punisher, 2 copies of him. You may only cast this card if your opponent's life is 4 or less. Both players have no monster on the center and you have a Deity Dragon tribe on your field. By paying 3 gauge, you can deal 4 damage to your opponent and this damage cannot be reduced. It's a very nice impact coming from a start deck, which is, I think it's pretty easy to pull off. And we also have the other impact coming from the demo deck, Deity Gargantuan Punisher first. Okay, the condition is slightly different from the Gargantuan Punisher. You may only cast this card if you have a Dragon monster on the field, same, and your opponent's life is 4 or less, same. But it doesn't need both your center and your opponent's center to be open. And the cast cost is slightly higher too. By paying 4 gauge, you can deal 4 damage to your opponent. This card can be nullified and its damage cannot be reduced. So why do I run both of these impacts? Sometimes you just need a little gauge to pull off your impact, so I include this Gargantuan Punisher. But sometimes you're fighting against a very strong defense deck which plays monster on the center, and if you cannot open the center, you can just finish it with Gargantuan Punisher first. And I think gauge will not be a problem in the deck because you have this charge 2, heal 2 card, you have this black Baba Sheep, and then you have this Mood Gardra. When your opponent's card is destroyed, you charge 1. You also have the blue Dragon Shield. So I think gauge won't be a problem in the deck. Okay, so that's the end of the secret recipe. Be sure to get the start deck 01 Dradeity and also the demo deck from your local card shop. Support your card shop because just by having one start deck and a free deck, you can make this awesome and very strong Gargantuan Dragon deck. So if you like this video, be sure to share some love, share this video, subscribe to my channel, like my Facebook page too. So Hyper Potatoes, signing out.